Your health is your wealth. Daily choices that change everything. By T.M. Light. Description: Your health is your wealth. Daily choices that change everything is a powerful and motivational guide to building a healthier, stronger, and more balanced life through simple daily habits. This inspiring book explores the connection between physical health, mental wellness, nutrition, sleep, discipline, and emotional well-being. It reveals how small, consistent choices shape long-term health, energy, and success. Readers will learn how to break unhealthy habits, create sustainable routines, and develop the mindset needed for lifelong wellness. Perfect for anyone seeking personal growth, healthy living, self-discipline, and transformation, this book empowers you to take control of your health and create a better future. Chapter Outline. Introduction: The True Meaning of Health and Wealth. Chapter 1: Understanding True Health. Chapter 2: The Power of Daily Choices. Chapter 3: Nutrition that Fuels Your Life. Chapter 4: Movement as a Lifestyle. Chapter 5: The Science of Sleep and Recovery. Chapter 6: Mental and Emotional Wellness. Chapter 7: Breaking Bad Health Habits. Chapter 8: Building Sustainable Healthy Routines. Chapter 9: The Role of Discipline in Health. Chapter 10: Becoming the Best Version of Your Healthy Self. Conclusion: Your Health, Your Future. Introduction: The True Meaning of Health and Wealth. In today's world, many people spend their lives chasing success, money, recognition, and achievements, believing that these things alone will bring fulfillment and happiness. Yet, countless individuals reach the peak of financial success, only to discover that they lack the energy to enjoy it, the peace of mind to appreciate it, or the health to sustain it. True wealth is not measured only by the amount of money in a bank account. Real wealth is the ability to wake up every morning with strength in your body, clarity in your mind, peace in your heart, and purpose in your spirit. Without health, even the greatest material success becomes empty and incomplete. Health is often misunderstood in modern society. Many people think health simply means having a slim body, going to the gym occasionally, or avoiding illness. But genuine health is far deeper than physical appearance. True health is a complete state of physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It is the harmony between body, mind, and lifestyle. A person may appear physically fit, yet suffer from constant stress, anxiety, exhaustion, or emotional emptiness. Another person may have financial success, but live with chronic fatigue, unhealthy habits, and inner dissatisfaction. These are signs that health is not complete. The modern lifestyle has slowly distorted our understanding of what it means to live well. Technology has made life faster, but not necessarily healthier. People spend long hours sitting, staring at screens, sleeping less, moving less, and eating highly processed foods that damage the body over time. Many individuals are constantly busy, but rarely truly productive. They sacrifice rest for work, relationships for ambition, and peace for endless pressure. In the pursuit of external success, they unknowingly neglect the very foundation that supports every dream they have, their health. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that health can be postponed. Many think they can ignore their bodies while they are young, and later fix the damage when problems arise. Unfortunately, the body keeps a record of daily habits. Every unhealthy meal, every sleepless night, every stressful thought, and every neglected warning sign slowly accumulates over time. Health is not destroyed overnight, and it is not built overnight either. It is shaped by small choices repeated daily. The truth is that occasional efforts cannot replace consistent habits. Going to the gym once a month cannot undo weeks of inactivity. Eating healthy for 2 days cannot erase years of poor nutrition. Sleeping well occasionally cannot fully repair chronic exhaustion. Real transformation happens through simple actions practiced consistently. Drinking more water, walking daily, resting properly, managing stress, nourishing the body with healthy food, and maintaining a positive mindset may seem small, but these habits create powerful long-term results. The beauty of healthy living is that it does not require perfection. It requires commitment. Many people fail because they believe change must happen instantly. They try extreme diets, impossible routines, or unrealistic goals, only to become discouraged when they cannot maintain them. Lasting health is not built through punishment or pressure. It is built through patience, discipline, and self-respect. Every healthy choice is an investment in your future self. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. Every dream you pursue, every goal you chase, and every responsibility you fulfill depends on the condition of your physical and mental well-being. When your health suffers, every area of life is affected. Energy decreases, focus weakens, emotions become unstable, and productivity declines. Even relationships are influenced by health, because a person who constantly feels exhausted, stressed, or unwell struggles to show up fully for others. On the other hand, when health improves, life begins to change in remarkable ways. Energy increases. Confidence grows. The mind becomes sharper. Motivation becomes stronger. You begin to think clearly, work better, and enjoy life more deeply. Challenges become easier to face because your body and mind are stronger. Good health creates the foundation for success in every other area of life. Mental and emotional health are equally important in this journey. Many people live with hidden stress, anxiety, fear, and emotional fatigue. They smile outwardly while silently struggling within. A healthy life is not only about taking care of the body, it is also about protecting peace of mind. Thoughts influence actions, and actions influence results. A mind constantly filled with negativity, worry, or pressure eventually affects physical health as well. Learning to rest mentally, think positively, and manage emotions is not weakness, it is wisdom. The good news is that transformation is possible for anyone willing to begin. No matter your current condition, your future health can improve through daily intentional choices. You do not need to change everything at once. Great change often begins with one small decision. One healthy meal. One morning walk. One extra hour of sleep. One positive thought. One decision to finally value yourself enough to live differently. Every day presents a new opportunity to either strengthen your health or slowly weaken it. The power lies in your daily habits. Your future is not determined only by luck, genetics, or circumstances. It is largely shaped by the choices you repeatedly make. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Small positive actions practiced every day can completely transform a person's life over time. As you continue through this journey, remember that health is not a destination but a lifestyle. It is not about temporary motivation, but lifelong discipline. It is not about becoming perfect, but becoming better each day. True success is waking up with energy, moving with strength, thinking with clarity, and living with peace. That is the kind of wealth no amount of money can replace. The journey toward better health begins with awareness, grows through daily habits, and flourishes through consistency. When you choose to care for your body, protect your mind, and nurture your emotional well-being, you are choosing a richer, fuller, and more meaningful life. In the end, the greatest investment you will ever make is in yourself, because when your health is strong, every other part of your life has the opportunity to thrive. Chapter 1: Understanding True Health. For many years, society has taught people to judge health by outward appearance. A slim body, clear skin, fashionable clothes, or visible muscles are often seen as the signs of a healthy person. Social media has intensified this belief, creating a world where many individuals compare themselves to unrealistic standards and confuse appearance with wellness. Yet true health is far deeper than what can be seen on the outside. A person may look physically attractive, while silently struggling with stress, exhaustion, anxiety, depression, or harmful habits. Another person may not fit society's definition of perfection, but may possess strength, peace, energy, and emotional balance. This is why understanding true health is one of the most important steps toward building a meaningful and fulfilling life. Health is not a single condition. It is a complete state of physical, mental, emotional, and lifestyle well-being working together in harmony. These areas are deeply connected, and when one begins to suffer, the others are eventually affected as well. A healthy life is not built by focusing on only one part of yourself while neglecting the rest. It is created through balance, awareness, discipline, and intentional living. Physical health is often the first thing people think about when the word health is mentioned. Physical health involves the condition of the body and how effectively it functions. It includes proper nutrition, regular movement, quality sleep, hydration, rest, and the avoidance of harmful habits. The body was designed to move, heal, and perform, but it requires proper care to function at its best. Unfortunately, modern lifestyles have created habits that weaken physical health. Many people spend long hours sitting, eating processed foods, sleeping too little, and living under constant pressure. Fast food has replaced nourishing meals. Convenience has replaced movement. Entertainment has replaced rest. Over time, these habits slowly drain energy, weaken the immune system, and increase the risk of disease. The body may continue functioning for years under poor conditions, but eventually it begins to send warning signs through fatigue, pain, stress, or illness. Taking care of physical health is not about punishment or perfection. It is not about starving yourself to lose weight or exercising excessively to impress others. True physical wellness is about respecting your body enough to give it what it needs to thrive. Every healthy meal is an act of self-care. Every workout strengthens not only the body, but also the mind. Every hour of quality sleep restores the body's ability to heal and recover. When people begin to care for their bodies consistently, they often discover greater confidence, energy, focus, and resilience. However, physical health alone does not create a healthy life. Mental health is equally important. The mind is one of the most powerful forces in human life, because thoughts shape emotions, decisions, actions, and behaviors. A person who constantly lives in fear, negativity, self-doubt, or stress cannot experience true wellness, even if they appear physically fit. Many people today suffer silently under mental pressure. The demands of work, family responsibilities, financial stress, social comparison, and constant digital distractions have created a generation that feels overwhelmed and emotionally exhausted. Some people wake up already anxious about the day ahead. Others constantly worry about the future or replay painful experiences from the past. Over time, an unhealthy mind can affect every area of life, including physical health. Stress, for example, is not just emotional. Chronic stress affects sleep, digestion, blood pressure, energy levels, concentration, and even the immune system. Negative thinking can weaken motivation and destroy self-confidence. Anxiety can create physical symptoms such as headaches, fatigue, and tension. The connection between the mind and body is powerful, which is why mental wellness must never be ignored. A healthy mind requires intentional care. Positive thinking, rest, reflection, gratitude, self-awareness, and emotional balance are essential parts of overall health. Protecting your mental peace is not selfish, it is necessary. Sometimes the strongest thing a person can do is slow down, breathe, rest, and give themselves permission to recover from life's pressures. Emotional health is another important part of true wellness. Emotional health refers to the ability to understand, manage, and express emotions in healthy ways. Many people were raised to suppress emotions rather than process them. They hide pain behind smiles, bury stress beneath busyness, and carry emotional wounds for years without healing. But ignored emotions do not disappear. They often return through anger, anxiety, exhaustion, frustration, or unhealthy coping habits. Emotionally healthy people are not individuals who never feel sadness, fear, or disappointment. Instead, they are people who learn how to face emotions honestly, without allowing those emotions to control their entire lives. They recognize that healing is a process, and that vulnerability is not weakness. Emotional strength comes from self-awareness, resilience, and the willingness to grow through life's challenges. Relationships also play a major role in emotional health. The people you spend time with can either strengthen your well-being or slowly drain your peace. Encouraging relationships provides support, motivation, and joy, while toxic relationships often create stress, negativity, and emotional pain. Sometimes protecting your health means setting boundaries, walking away from harmful environments, or choosing relationships that align with peace and growth. Lifestyle health ties all these areas together. Lifestyle health refers to the daily habits, routines, choices, and environments that shape your overall quality of life. Many people underestimate the power of daily routines, but the truth is that life is built through repeated actions. Small habits practiced consistently over time create either health or sickness, strength or weakness, peace or chaos. Your lifestyle includes how you eat, sleep, move, think, work, rest, and spend your time. It includes your environment, relationships, mindset, and priorities. A person cannot live in constant stress, sleep 4 hours a night, survive on unhealthy food, avoid movement, and expect to feel energized and healthy. The body and mind respond to the lifestyle they are given. One of the greatest lessons about health is understanding that everything is connected. When physical health declines, mental and emotional health often suffer as well. A tired body can create irritability, low motivation, and emotional instability. Poor sleep can increase anxiety and weaken concentration. Constant stress can lead to unhealthy eating habits and physical illness. Likewise, emotional pain can lead to physical exhaustion, while mental negativity can weaken the desire to care for the body. The opposite is also true. Positive changes in one area often improve the others. Regular exercise can improve mood and reduce stress. Quality sleep can strengthen emotional stability. Positive thinking can increase motivation to live healthier. Good nutrition can improve energy and mental clarity. Small, healthy habits create a ripple effect throughout the entire body and mind. This is why quick fixes rarely create lasting transformation. Many people search for shortcuts because they want immediate results. They try extreme diets, dangerous supplements, unrealistic fitness routines, or temporary solutions. Some focus only on appearance, while neglecting mental and emotional health. Others work endlessly to achieve financial success, while sacrificing sleep, peace, and relationships. But health cannot be built on imbalance. True wellness requires patience and consistency. It is not about becoming perfect overnight. It is about making better choices every day. Real transformation happens slowly through small, repeated actions. Drinking more water, getting enough sleep, managing stress, moving daily, eating nourishing foods, speaking positively to yourself, and protecting your emotional peace may seem simple, but these actions have life-changing power when practiced consistently. One of the most important shifts a person can make is changing the definition of success. Society often celebrates people who sacrifice everything for achievement, but what is the value of success if a person loses their health in the process? What is the value of wealth if there is no peace, no energy, and no time to enjoy life? True success includes wellness. It includes waking up with strength, living with purpose, and experiencing peace within yourself. Every person deserves a life filled with vitality, balance and joy. Health is not reserved for a lucky few. It is available to anyone willing to value themselves enough to make positive changes. The journey may not always be easy, but every healthy choice matters. Every step toward wellness is a step toward a stronger future. You do not need to have a perfect body to be healthy. You do not need to follow unrealistic standards to live well. Real health is about feeling alive, energized, focused, emotionally balanced, and mentally strong. It is about creating a life where your body, mind, and emotions work together instead of against each other. As you continue this journey, remember that your health is one of the greatest gifts you possess. It affects your dreams, relationships, productivity, confidence, and the overall quality of life. Protecting your health is not an obligation, it is an investment in your future. When you begin to care for yourself fully, physically, mentally, emotionally, and through your lifestyle choices, you unlock the potential to live with greater purpose, strength, and fulfillment. The path to true health begins with awareness. Once you understand that health is more than appearance, you begin to approach life differently. You stop chasing temporary fixes and start building sustainable habits. You stop comparing yourself to others and begin focusing on becoming the healthiest version of yourself. Most importantly, you realize that true wellness is not about perfection. It is about progress, consistency, and the daily decision to honor the life you have been given. Chapter 2: The Power of Daily Choices. Every human life is shaped by decisions. Some choices appear large and life-changing, while others seem so small that they are often ignored. Yet the truth is that the quality of a person's life is usually not determined by one major event, but by countless small decisions repeated, day after day. Health works the same way. Great health is not built in a single moment of motivation, nor is poor health created overnight. It is the result of daily habits, repeated consistently over time. Many people underestimate the power of ordinary choices because the results are not always immediate. Eating one unhealthy meal may not create illness instantly. Skipping one night of sleep may not seem dangerous. Missing one workout may feel unimportant. However, when unhealthy choices become daily habits, they slowly shape the future. In the same way, positive habits may not produce dramatic results overnight, but with consistency they create strength, energy, balance, and long-term wellness. Life is built in everyday moments. The food you eat, the amount of water you drink, the way you respond to stress, the quality of your sleep, your movement, your thoughts, and even your attitude toward yourself all influence your health more than you may realize. Every choice sends a message to your body and mind. Over time, those messages become patterns, and those patterns become your lifestyle. One of the greatest misconceptions people have about health is believing that extreme effort produces the best results. Many individuals wait for a perfect moment to change their lives. They believe they need a strict diet, an intense workout program, or a dramatic transformation to become healthy. They begin with excitement and unrealistic expectations, only to become frustrated when the routine becomes difficult to maintain. Eventually, they give up, feeling disappointed and discouraged. The problem is not the desire for change. The problem is the belief that health must come through intensity instead of consistency. True transformation does not happen through temporary extremes. It happens through simple actions repeated daily. Small, healthy choices practiced consistently are far more powerful than occasional bursts of motivation. Imagine two people. One exercises intensely for 1 week and then quits for months. The other walks for 30 minutes every day without fail. At first, the intense effort may seem more impressive, but over time the consistent individual builds lasting strength, discipline, and endurance. The same principle applies to every area of health. Consistency always defeats inconsistency, even when the action seems small. Food choices are one of the clearest examples of how daily decisions shape long-term health. Every meal either nourishes the body or slowly weakens it. The human body is designed to thrive on nutrients, hydration and balance, yet many people feed themselves in ways that leave them exhausted, sluggish, and unhealthy. Processed foods, excessive sugar, unhealthy fats, and poor eating habits may provide temporary satisfaction, but they often create long-term consequences. Healthy eating is not about perfection or starvation. It is about making better choices, consistently. Choosing water instead of sugary drinks, eating more fruits and vegetables, reducing processed foods, and practicing moderation may seem simple, but these small decisions have powerful effects over time. Energy levels improve, the immune system strengthens, mental clarity increases, and the body begins to function more effectively. Many people fail because they approach nutrition with an all-or-nothing mindset. They believe one unhealthy meal ruins everything, so they give up entirely. But health is not determined by one meal. It is shaped by repeated habits. One healthy choice may not change your life instantly, but many healthy choices repeated daily absolutely will. Sleep is another area where daily habits create either wellness or exhaustion. In modern society, rest is often treated as a luxury instead of a necessity. Many people sacrifice sleep to work longer hours, scroll through social media, or keep up with busy schedules. Yet the body and mind cannot function properly without adequate rest. Sleep is not wasted time. It is a period of restoration, healing, and recovery. During sleep, the body repairs itself, the brain processes information, and energy is restored. Without enough sleep, concentration weakens, emotions become unstable, stress increases, and physical health declines. Poor sleep patterns affect productivity, relationships, decision-making, and even motivation. One night of poor sleep may not seem harmful, but chronic sleep deprivation slowly drains the body and mind. On the other hand, consistent quality rest strengthens emotional balance, mental clarity, energy, and overall well-being. Going to bed earlier, reducing screen time before sleep, and creating healthy nighttime routines may seem like small changes, but they can completely transform daily life. Movement is another essential part of health that is built through consistency. The human body was designed to move, yet modern lifestyles often encourage inactivity. Long hours of sitting, driving, working at desks, and spending time on screens have reduced daily movement for many people. Over time, inactivity weakens the body, reduces energy, and increases the risk of illness. Exercise does not have to be extreme to be effective. Many people believe they must spend hours in the gym to improve their health, but even small amounts of daily movement can create powerful results. Walking, stretching, dancing, cycling, or engaging in regular physical activity strengthens the body, improves mood, boosts energy, and reduces stress. Movement also affects mental and emotional health. Exercise releases chemicals in the brain that improve mood and reduce anxiety. Many people notice they feel more confident, focused, and emotionally balanced when they move regularly. This is because the body and mind are deeply connected. Physical movement is not only for appearance, it is essential for total well-being. Stress management is another daily choice that greatly influences health. Stress is a natural part of life, but constant unmanaged stress can become destructive. Many people carry emotional pressure every day, without realizing how deeply it affects their bodies and minds. Worry, fear, anger, and constant tension slowly drain energy and weaken overall health. The way a person responds to stress matters more than the stress itself. Some individuals allow pressure to control their thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, while others learn healthy ways to cope and recover. Taking time to rest, reflect, breathe deeply, pray, meditate, exercise, or simply slow down can help restore mental and emotional balance. Many people believe they must always be busy to be productive, but constant busyness without rest eventually leads to burnout. Rest is not laziness. Recovery is part of growth. A healthy life requires balance between effort and restoration. Learning to protect your peace is one of the most important decisions you can make for your long-term well-being. Thought patterns also shape health in powerful ways. The mind influences emotions, behaviors, and physical well-being more than many people realize. Negative thinking creates stress, discouragement, and emotional exhaustion, while positive thinking strengthens resilience, hope, and motivation. This does not mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending difficulties do not exist. It means choosing not to live in constant negativity. A healthy mindset allows people to face challenges with strength rather than hopelessness. The words you speak to yourself matter. Your thoughts become beliefs, and your beliefs influence your actions. Daily gratitude, positive self-talk, and hopeful thinking may seem small, but over time they transform the way a person experiences life. A healthy mind creates healthier decisions. When people believe they are worthy of care and capable of change, they begin treating themselves differently. One of the most powerful truths about health is that small actions create compound results. Just as money grows through consistent investment, health grows through repeated positive habits. A single glass of water may not seem life-changing, but drinking enough water every day strengthens the body over time. One workout may not transform your body instantly, but regular movement does. One healthy meal may not create a dramatic change overnight, but years of nourishing your body certainly will. The opposite is also true. Small unhealthy habits accumulate slowly. Skipping sleep, ignoring stress, eating poorly, and avoiding movement may not create immediate disaster, but over months and years these habits take a serious toll. The future is shaped quietly through everyday actions. This understanding should not create fear. Instead, it should create hope. The power of daily choices means that positive change is always possible. No matter where a person currently stands, small consistent improvements can completely transform their future. You do not need to change everything at once. You simply need to begin. The journey toward better health starts with awareness and grows through discipline. It begins when a person stops waiting for motivation and starts valuing consistency. Motivation comes and goes, but habits remain. Discipline may feel difficult at first, but over time it creates freedom, strength, and confidence. Every healthy choice is an act of self-respect. Every time you choose nourishment over harm, movement over inactivity, rest over exhaustion, or peace over negativity, you are investing in your future. The results may not appear instantly, but they are developing quietly within you every single day. Many people spend years searching for dramatic solutions, while ignoring the power of ordinary decisions. Yet true health is not hidden in complicated secrets. It is found in simple, consistent habits practiced faithfully over time. Great health is built one choice at a time, one day at a time, one habit at a time. Your future health is being shaped right now by the decisions you make daily. The good news is that you have more control than you think. Every day offers a new opportunity to make better choices, create healthier habits, and move closer to the life you desire. You do not have to become perfect overnight. You do not have to change everything in a single day. What matters most is consistency. Small steps taken daily are more powerful than occasional giant leaps. Over time, those small steps become transformation. The power to change your health does not lie in one extraordinary moment. It lies in the ordinary moments you repeat every day. The meals you choose, the thoughts you think, the rest you allow yourself, the movement you practice, and the way you care for your mind and body all shape the person you are becoming. When you understand the power of daily choices, you begin to realize that health is not something you find. It is something you build, one decision at a time. Chapter 3: Nutrition that fuels your life. Every day, the human body performs countless miracles without asking for attention. Your heart beats continuously, your lungs breathe automatically, your brain processes information, and your body works tirelessly to keep you alive and functioning. Yet many people overlook one of the most important factors that determines how well the body performs: nutrition. Food is far more than something eaten to satisfy hunger or cravings. Food is fuel. It is information for the body. It influences energy, mood, focus, strength, emotional stability, and long-term health. The quality of the food you consume ultimately shapes the quality of the life you live. Many people underestimate the power of nutrition because the effects are not always immediate. Eating unhealthy food once may not seem dangerous. Skipping balanced meals for a few days may appear harmless. However, the body responds to repeated patterns over time. Just as a car cannot run properly on poor quality fuel, the human body cannot perform at its best when consistently deprived of proper nourishment. The foods you choose daily either strengthen your body or slowly weaken it. Modern society has created a confusing relationship with food. Fast food, processed meals, sugary snacks, and unhealthy beverages have become normal parts of everyday life. Convenience often takes priority over nourishment. Busy schedules encourage rushed eating habits, emotional eating, and dependency on foods that provide temporary satisfaction but little real nutrition. Many people eat without awareness, consuming meals while distracted by phones, televisions, stress, or emotional pressure. Over time, these habits create fatigue, poor concentration, weight gain, weakened immunity, and increased risk of chronic disease. The truth is that food affects far more than physical appearance. What you eat directly influences how you feel mentally and emotionally. Many people do not realize that low energy, irritability, poor focus, and mood swings are often connected to poor nutrition. The body and brain require nutrients to function properly. When the body is constantly overloaded with sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed ingredients, while lacking vitamins, minerals, fiber, and hydration, performance begins to decline. Nutrition is one of the most powerful forms of self-care available to every person. Choosing nourishing foods is not about punishment or restriction. It is about giving your body the resources it needs to thrive. Healthy eating should never be viewed as a temporary diet or an act of suffering. It should be understood as an investment in your strength, your future, and your quality of life. One of the greatest misconceptions people have about nutrition is believing that healthy eating must be complicated. Many individuals become overwhelmed by conflicting information, trendy diets, and unrealistic expectations. Some try extreme eating plans that are impossible to maintain. Others avoid healthy eating entirely because they believe it requires perfection. But true nutrition is not about perfection. It is about balance, consistency, and awareness. The body responds best to whole, natural, and nourishing foods. Fruits, vegetables, whole grains, healthy fats, lean proteins, nuts, seeds, and adequate hydration provide essential nutrients that support energy, healing, focus, and long-term wellness. These foods work with the body instead of against it. They provide steady energy, support the immune system, improve digestion, strengthen organs, and help the body recover from stress and daily activity. Processed foods, on the other hand, are often designed for convenience and taste rather than nourishment. Many processed foods contain excessive sugar, unhealthy fats, artificial ingredients, preservatives, and high amounts of sodium. While these foods may provide temporary pleasure, they often leave the body feeling sluggish, tired, and unsatisfied. Over time, excessive consumption of highly processed foods can contribute to obesity, diabetes, heart disease, inflammation, and many other chronic health conditions. One important lesson about nutrition is understanding the difference between eating for pleasure and eating for nourishment. Food can absolutely be enjoyable, and healthy living does not mean never enjoying favorite meals or treats. However, problems arise when pleasure becomes the primary purpose of eating while nourishment is ignored. The body deserves more than constant junk food, emotional eating, or careless habits. It deserves fuel that strengthens and supports life. Mindful eating is a powerful practice that can transform a person's relationship with food. Many people eat automatically, without truly paying attention to what they consume. They eat too quickly, overeat due to stress, or use food as an emotional escape. Mindful eating encourages awareness. It means slowing down, appreciating food, listening to the body's hunger and fullness signals, and making intentional choices instead of impulsive ones. When people begin eating mindfully, they often notice important changes. They become more aware of how certain foods affect their energy, mood, and focus. They recognize emotional triggers that influence unhealthy eating habits. They start making choices based on how food makes them feel, rather than only how it tastes in the moment. This awareness creates a healthier and more balanced relationship with nutrition. Energy is one of the clearest signs of how nutrition affects the body. Many people struggle with constant fatigue, low motivation, and difficulty concentrating because their bodies are not receiving proper fuel. Foods high in sugar and refined carbohydrates often create quick bursts of energy, followed by crashes that leave people feeling exhausted and irritable. On the other hand, balanced meals containing protein, healthy fats, fiber, and nutrients provide more stable and lasting energy throughout the day. The foods you eat also influence mental clarity and focus. The brain requires proper nourishment to function efficiently. Poor nutrition can lead to brain fog, poor concentration, memory problems, and reduced productivity. Healthy eating supports sharper thinking, improved concentration, and greater mental performance. This is especially important in today's fast-paced world where many people rely on energy drinks, caffeine, and sugary snacks to push through exhaustion instead of nourishing their bodies properly. Mood and emotional health are deeply connected to nutrition as well. The body and mind are interconnected systems, and what affects one eventually affects the other. Unhealthy eating habits can increase inflammation, hormonal imbalance, and emotional instability. Many people notice increased anxiety, irritability, or emotional lows when their diet lacks proper nutrition. On the other hand, nourishing foods can help support emotional balance, reduce stress, and improve overall mood. Hydration is another essential part of nutrition that is often overlooked. Water is necessary for nearly every function in the body. It supports digestion, circulation, energy production, temperature regulation, and mental performance. Yet many people go through their days dehydrated without realizing it. Fatigue, headaches, poor concentration, and low energy are often signs that the body simply needs more water. Drinking enough water daily is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits for improving overall health. Long-term disease prevention is another important reason why nutrition matters. Many chronic illnesses develop slowly over years of unhealthy habits. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, obesity, high blood pressure, and certain cancers are often strongly connected to lifestyle and dietary choices. While genetics may play a role, daily habits significantly influence health outcomes. The good news is that positive nutrition choices can reduce many of these risks and improve quality of life over time. Healthy eating is not about fear. It is not about obsessing over every calorie or eliminating every enjoyable food. It is about understanding that your daily choices matter. The goal is not perfection but progress. Every nourishing meal is an opportunity to strengthen your body. Every healthy choice is a form of protection for your future. One of the most powerful mindset shifts a person can make is viewing healthy eating as an act of self-respect rather than restriction. Many people treat their bodies carelessly while expecting them to continue performing at a high level. They overload themselves with unhealthy foods, ignore signs of fatigue, and neglect proper nourishment. Yet the body continues working tirelessly every single day. Choosing nutritious foods is a way of honoring the body for everything it does. Self-respect is reflected in daily habits. When you choose foods that strengthen your body instead of harming it, you send yourself a powerful message: I value my health. I value my future. I value my life. This mindset creates lasting motivation, because healthy eating is no longer about appearance alone. It becomes about living with strength, clarity, and vitality. Many people struggle with consistency because they seek instant results. They expect dramatic changes within days and become discouraged when progress feels slow. But nutrition works through long-term consistency. The body heals gradually. Energy improves gradually. Strength develops gradually. Lasting transformation takes time, patience, and commitment. It is important to remember that every healthy choice matters, even when the results are not immediately visible. Choosing a healthy breakfast instead of skipping meals matters. Drinking water instead of sugary beverages matters. Preparing nourishing meals instead of relying on fast food matters. Small choices repeated daily create powerful results over time. The journey toward better nutrition does not require perfection. There will be days when you make unhealthy choices, and that is part of being human. What matters most is not one meal or one mistake, but the overall pattern of your lifestyle. Health is built through consistency, not guilt. One unhealthy meal does not ruin your progress, just as one healthy meal does not instantly transform your life. The key is returning to positive habits again and again. Your relationship with food should empower you, not control you. Food was meant to fuel life, not become a source of constant stress, shame, or emotional struggle. Learning balance is essential. Enjoying food while respecting your health creates a sustainable lifestyle that can last for years. As you continue this journey, remember that your body reflects the care you give it. Every cell, organ, and system depends on the fuel you provide. Nutrition is not simply about avoiding illness. It is about creating a life filled with energy, strength, focus, and well-being. You deserve to feel energized when you wake up in the morning. You deserve to move through life with clarity and vitality. You deserve a body and mind that are supported, rather than constantly exhausted. Those results are not created by luck. They are built through daily nourishment and intentional choices. The food you eat today is shaping the person you will become tomorrow. Every healthy choice is building a stronger future. Every nourishing meal is an investment in your energy, your peace, your confidence, and your longevity. When you begin to view nutrition as fuel for your purpose and your potential, healthy eating becomes more than a habit. It becomes a lifestyle rooted in self-respect, discipline, and love for the life you have been given. Chapter 4: Movement as a Lifestyle. The human body was created for movement. Every muscle, joint, bone, and organ was designed to work together in motion. Movement is not simply an activity the body performs occasionally, it is part of human nature itself. From the earliest moments of life, the body instinctively seeks movement. Children run, jump, stretch, climb, and explore without needing motivation, because movement is natural. Yet as people grow older, modern lifestyles often replace movement with long hours of sitting, inactivity, stress, and exhaustion. Over time, many individuals begin living in ways the body was never designed to endure. Technology has made life more convenient, but it has also made many people less active. Cars replace walking, screens replace outdoor activity, and sitting has become the dominant position of daily life. Many individuals spend most of their day sitting at desks, driving, watching television, or scrolling through phones. While these habits may appear harmless, the body slowly pays the price for inactivity. Energy decreases, muscles weaken, posture declines, stress increases, and overall health begins to suffer. One of the greatest misunderstandings about exercise is the belief that it exists only for weight loss or physical appearance. Society often portrays exercise as punishment for overeating, or as a painful requirement for achieving a perfect body. This mindset has caused many people to develop unhealthy relationships with movement. They view exercise as something difficult, miserable, or temporary, instead of recognizing it as one of the greatest tools for improving physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Movement is not punishment. It is a gift. It is a way of strengthening the body, clearing the mind, releasing stress, increasing energy, and improving quality of life. Exercise is not about torturing yourself to fit unrealistic standards. It is about honoring the body you have been given and helping it function at its best. When people begin to view movement differently, their entire approach to health changes. Exercise stops becoming something they have to do and becomes something they choose because of how it makes them feel. Regular movement increases confidence, improves mood, boosts energy, sharpens focus, and creates a sense of accomplishment that extends far beyond physical fitness. The benefits of movement reach every part of life. Physically, exercise strengthens the heart, muscles, bones, and immune system. It improves circulation, supports healthy weight management, increases flexibility, and enhances endurance. The body becomes stronger, more capable, and more resilient. Everyday tasks become easier because the body functions more efficiently. Yet the benefits of movement are not only physical. Exercise has a powerful impact on mental health as well. Many people carry emotional stress, anxiety, frustration, and mental exhaustion every day without realizing how much their bodies need movement to release tension. Physical activity stimulates the release of chemicals in the brain that improve mood, reduce stress, and create feelings of calmness and positivity. This is why many people feel mentally refreshed after exercising. A walk, workout, stretch, or run can completely shift a person's mindset. Movement helps clear mental fog, improve focus, and restore emotional balance. It provides a healthy outlet for stress and frustration. In many cases, movement becomes not only a physical activity, but also a form of emotional healing. Exercise also builds discipline and confidence. Every time a person commits to movement, even when they do not feel motivated, they strengthen their ability to stay consistent. Over time, this discipline extends into other areas of life. A person who learns consistency in movement often becomes more disciplined in nutrition, work, relationships, and personal growth. Physical strength and mental strength are deeply connected. One of the most important truths about movement is that consistency matters far more than intensity. Many people believe they must engage in extreme workouts to see results. They push themselves too hard in the beginning, become exhausted, and eventually quit. Others avoid exercise entirely because they feel intimidated by fitness culture or believe they are not capable of doing enough. The truth is that health is not built through occasional extreme effort. It is built through regular, consistent movement. A person who walks every day often achieves greater long-term health benefits than someone who exercises intensely for short periods and then stops completely. The body responds best to habits that can be maintained consistently over time. Simple movement has extraordinary power. Walking, stretching, cycling, swimming, dancing, yoga, or even moving more throughout daily life can dramatically improve health. Many people underestimate small actions because they are searching for dramatic transformations, but real change often begins with simple habits practiced consistently. Walking, for example, is one of the most natural and beneficial forms of movement. It improves circulation, supports heart health, reduces stress, boosts energy, and strengthens the body without requiring expensive equipment or complicated routines. A daily walk may seem simple, but over time it creates powerful changes in both body and mind. Stretching is another valuable form of movement that many people ignore. Modern lifestyles often leave the body stiff, tense, and restricted. Stretching improves flexibility, posture, mobility, and circulation while reducing muscle tension and stress. It helps the body move more freely and comfortably, especially for people who spend long hours sitting. Strength training is also important because maintaining muscle strength supports long-term health and independence. Strong muscles protect the body, improve posture, support joints, and increase overall physical performance. Building strength is not only for athletes or bodybuilders. It is essential for maintaining a healthy and capable body throughout life. Movement also plays a critical role in aging well. As people grow older, inactivity often accelerates physical decline. Muscles weaken, joints stiffen, balance decreases, and energy levels drop. However, regular movement helps preserve strength, mobility, and independence. People who stay active often experience better physical function, sharper mental clarity, and higher quality of life as they age. One of the greatest obstacles people face is waiting for motivation before taking action. Many individuals believe they need to feel motivated in order to exercise consistently. But motivation is unreliable because it changes with emotions, circumstances, and moods. Discipline, however, creates lasting results. Some days you will feel energized and excited to move. Other days you may feel tired, stressed, or unmotivated. The key is learning to move anyway, even in small ways. Progress does not require perfection. Some people avoid exercise because they feel they cannot do enough. They compare themselves to others or believe small efforts are meaningless. But every movement matters. Every walk, every stretch, every workout, and every active choice contributes to better health. Small, consistent actions create transformation over time. Another important lesson is learning to enjoy movement instead of forcing yourself into activities you hate. Exercise should not feel like a prison sentence. There are countless ways to move the body, and different people enjoy different forms of activity. Some people enjoy running, while others prefer dancing, hiking, swimming, cycling, or sports. The best form of movement is often the one you can enjoy and sustain consistently. When movement becomes part of your lifestyle, instead of a temporary task, it becomes much easier to maintain. It no longer feels like something separate from life. Instead, it becomes part of daily living. Choosing stairs instead of elevators, walking more often, stretching in the morning, staying active during breaks, and creating routines that encourage movement all contribute to a healthier lifestyle. The relationship between movement and energy is also important to understand. Many people believe they are too tired to exercise, but often the lack of movement is part of the reason they feel exhausted. Regular physical activity improves circulation, oxygen flow, endurance, and energy production. Movement awakens the body. It strengthens the systems responsible for keeping a person alert, energized, and productive. Movement also teaches resilience. Every workout presents small challenges that build mental toughness. Pushing through discomfort, staying consistent, and improving over time reminds people that growth often requires effort and patience. This mindset becomes valuable in every area of life. The discipline developed through movement often creates confidence far beyond physical fitness. One of the most powerful things about movement is that it reminds people what their bodies are capable of doing. Instead of focusing only on appearance, movement shifts attention towards strength, ability, and progress. A healthy body is not simply one that looks good. It is one that functions well, feels strong, and allows a person to live fully. Exercise should never be about self-hatred or punishment. Too many people approach fitness from a place of insecurity, believing they must fix themselves to become worthy. But movement is most powerful when it comes from self-respect rather than shame. You do not move your body because you hate it. You move your body because you value it. Every step, every workout, and every healthy action is a reminder that your health matters. Movement becomes an act of gratitude for the body that carries you through life every day. It becomes a celebration of strength, growth, and potential. The journey toward an active lifestyle does not begin with perfection. It begins with a decision. A decision to stop waiting for the perfect time. A decision to stop believing that small efforts do not matter. A decision to start where you are with what you have and build consistency one day at a time. You do not need expensive equipment, a perfect body, or endless free time to begin moving. You simply need willingness. The body responds to effort, no matter how small the beginning may seem. Every active choice strengthens the foundation for a healthier future. As you continue this journey, remember that movement is one of the greatest investments you can make in yourself. It strengthens not only the body, but also the mind and spirit. It increases energy, improves mood, builds confidence, and creates resilience. Most importantly, it reminds you that health is not built through occasional extreme efforts, but through consistent daily choices. The human body was designed to move, and when you embrace movement as a lifestyle, rather than a temporary obligation, you unlock a level of strength, vitality, and well-being that transforms every area of life. Every movement matters. Every step counts. Every day is another opportunity to grow stronger, healthier, and more alive. Chapter 5: The Science of Sleep and Recovery. In a world that constantly celebrates hustle, busyness, and non-stop productivity, rest has become one of the most undervalued aspects of health. Many people wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. They sacrifice sleep to work longer hours, chase goals, scroll through their phones late into the night, or keep up with endless responsibilities. Society often praises those who push themselves beyond their limits, while ignoring one important truth: a tired mind and an exhausted body can never perform at their highest level for long. Sleep is not laziness. Recovery is not weakness. Rest is one of the most powerful tools for building a strong, healthy, focused, and successful life. The human body was designed with a need for restoration. Just as movement and nutrition are necessary for wellness, sleep is essential for survival, healing, and peak performance. Without proper rest, every area of life begins to suffer. Many people underestimate the importance of sleep because they do not immediately see the damage caused by sleep deprivation. Missing a few hours of sleep may seem harmless at first, but poor sleep accumulates over time. The body keeps a record of every restless night, every hour lost, and every moment of exhaustion. Eventually, the effects begin to appear through fatigue, irritability, weakened concentration, emotional instability, poor health, and decreased productivity. Sleep is far more than simply closing your eyes at night. It is a critical biological process that allows the body and mind to recover, repair, and reset. During sleep, the body performs countless essential functions. Muscles repair themselves, hormones regulate, tissues heal, the immune system strengthens, and the brain processes information gathered throughout the day. Sleep is the body's natural recovery system. When a person consistently sleeps well, the benefits are remarkable. Energy improves. Focus sharpens. Mood stabilizes. Productivity increases. The body becomes stronger and more resilient. Decisions become clearer, emotions become easier to manage, and the mind functions with greater clarity. Rested individuals often approach life with more patience, creativity, and confidence because their minds and bodies are operating effectively. On the other hand, poor sleep affects nearly every aspect of human performance. One of the first things sleep deprivation impacts is productivity. Many people believe sacrificing sleep allows them to achieve more, but the opposite is often true. A tired brain struggles to concentrate, process information, solve problems, and make effective decisions. Tasks take longer to complete, mistakes increase, and mental performance declines. Imagine trying to operate a machine without properly charging it. Eventually, the machine slows down, malfunctions, and loses efficiency. The human body works the same way. Without adequate sleep, the brain and body begin operating below their potential. A person may continue functioning for a while, but eventually exhaustion catches up. Poor sleep also has a powerful effect on mood and emotional health. Sleep deprivation increases irritability, stress, anxiety, and emotional instability. Many people become more impatient, sensitive, or overwhelmed simply because they are exhausted. Small problems feel larger, emotions become harder to manage, and mental resilience weakens. This happens because the brain requires rest to regulate emotions effectively. When sleep is disrupted, emotional balance becomes more difficult to maintain. A well-rested person is often calmer, more patient, and better equipped to handle challenges, while a sleep-deprived person may struggle to manage stress and frustration. The connection between sleep and mental health is incredibly important. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to increased anxiety, depression, mood disorders, and emotional burnout. In today's fast-paced world, many people are mentally exhausted without realizing that lack of rest is contributing to their struggles. Sometimes the mind does not need more stimulation, pressure, or work. Sometimes it simply needs recovery. Sleep also plays a major role in physical health and immunity. The body repairs itself during rest. When sleep is consistently poor, the immune system weakens, making the body more vulnerable to illness and disease. Recovery from physical stress becomes slower, inflammation increases, and overall health begins to decline. Many people notice they become sick more easily during periods of exhaustion and stress. This is because the body cannot protect itself effectively without proper recovery. Sleep is one of the body's strongest defenses against illness, yet many individuals continue neglecting it while focusing on every other aspect of health. Decision-making is another area deeply affected by sleep. A tired mind often struggles to think clearly and rationally. Sleep deprivation reduces judgment, focus, self-control, and the ability to evaluate situations effectively. This affects work performance, relationships, financial decisions, and everyday responsibilities. Many poor decisions are made not because people lack intelligence, but because they are mentally exhausted. Fatigue clouds judgment and weakens discipline. People are more likely to make impulsive choices, overreact emotionally, and lose focus when they are sleep-deprived. Rested individuals, however, are better equipped to think clearly, remain calm under pressure, and make wise decisions. One of the greatest misconceptions in modern society is the belief that success requires constant sacrifice of rest. Many people admire those who sleep very little and work endlessly, believing exhaustion is proof of ambition. But true success is not built through self-destruction. Sustainable success requires balance. A person who constantly pushes themselves without recovery eventually reaches burnout. Burnout is not simply physical tiredness. It is deep mental, emotional, and physical exhaustion caused by prolonged stress and lack of recovery. Many people continue ignoring the warning signs until their bodies and minds force them to stop. They lose motivation, energy, creativity, and emotional stability because they have neglected the basic need for rest. Recovery is essential for growth. Athletes understand this principle well. Muscles do not grow stronger only during exercise. They grow during recovery. In the same way, human performance improves not only through effort but also through proper rest. Without recovery, even the strongest individuals eventually break down. One of the most powerful habits a person can develop is building a consistent sleep routine. The body functions best when it operates with rhythm and regularity. Going to bed and waking up at consistent times helps regulate the body's internal clock, improving sleep quality and overall energy levels. Unfortunately, many people live with chaotic sleep patterns. They stay awake late at night, sleep irregularly, and constantly disrupt their body's natural rhythm. Over time, this inconsistency affects energy, focus, mood, and physical health. Establishing healthy sleep routines creates stability for both the body and mind. Creating a restful environment is also important. The quality of sleep matters just as much as the quantity. Many people struggle with sleep because their minds remain overstimulated late into the night. Constant screen time, stress, noise, and mental overload make it difficult for the brain to relax. Reducing screen exposure before bedtime, creating a calm environment, limiting caffeine late in the day, and allowing time for relaxation can significantly improve sleep quality. Simple routines such as reading, stretching, praying, meditating, or reflecting quietly before bed help prepare the mind and body for rest. Another important lesson is understanding that rest should not create guilt. Many people feel guilty when they slow down because they believe productivity must always come first. But rest is productive. Recovery is productive. A well-rested mind performs better, thinks more clearly, and handles challenges more effectively than an exhausted one. There is a difference between laziness and intentional recovery. Laziness avoids responsibility, while recovery restores strength for future effort. Rest allows people to show up fully in their work, relationships, and personal growth. It creates the energy necessary for consistent success. The body constantly communicates its needs, but many people ignore the warning signs of exhaustion. Constant fatigue, lack of focus, irritability, headaches, low motivation, and emotional instability are often signals that the body needs rest. Ignoring these signs does not make them disappear. It only delays recovery while increasing damage over time. One of the most valuable forms of self-respect is listening to your body. Resting when needed is not weakness. It is wisdom. The strongest individuals are not those who ignore their limits completely, but those who understand how to recover and sustain themselves for the long journey ahead. Sleep also affects physical appearance and aging. Chronic sleep deprivation contributes to dull skin, dark circles, hormonal imbalance, weight gain, and accelerated aging. The body cannot repair and regenerate effectively without adequate rest. People who sleep well often look healthier, feel stronger, and maintain higher energy levels because their bodies are functioning properly. The relationship between sleep and discipline is also important. Many people believe discipline means constantly pushing harder, but true discipline also includes knowing when to rest. Protecting your sleep requires intentional choices. It means setting boundaries, managing time wisely, and recognizing that recovery is not optional. Health cannot exist without rest. A person may eat healthy and exercise regularly, but without proper sleep, the body and mind will still struggle. Sleep is the foundation that supports every other area of health. Nutrition, movement, emotional balance, productivity, and mental clarity all depend on adequate recovery. As you continue this journey, remember that your body was never designed to operate endlessly without rest. You are not a machine. You are a human being who requires recovery, peace, and restoration. Prioritizing sleep is not stepping away from success. It is strengthening your ability to achieve it. The quality of your rest often determines the quality of your performance. A rested mind thinks more clearly. A rested body functions more effectively. A rested person has greater patience, resilience, creativity, and emotional stability. Sleep is not taking time away from your goals. It is preparing you to pursue them with strength and clarity. You deserve a life filled with energy, focus, peace, and vitality. That life cannot be built on constant exhaustion. It must be built on balance. Rest is part of growth. Recovery is part of discipline. Sleep is part of success. Every night you choose rest, you are investing in your future health. Every healthy sleep routine strengthens your body and mind. Every moment of recovery prepares you for the challenges and opportunities ahead. True strength is not found in running endlessly without stopping. True strength is found in understanding that recovery is essential for lasting greatness. When you begin treating sleep as a non-negotiable part of health and success, you unlock greater energy, sharper focus, stronger emotions, and a healthier, more balanced life. Rest is not a distraction from your purpose. It is preparation for it. Chapter 6: Mental and Emotional Wellness. In today's fast-moving world, many people spend enormous amounts of time caring for their physical appearance, while neglecting the condition of their minds and emotions. Society often focuses heavily on visible health, encouraging exercise, dieting, and physical fitness, yet many individuals silently carry emotional exhaustion, stress, anxiety, fear, and mental pressure that slowly affect every part of their lives. The truth is that health is never complete without mental and emotional wellness. A person cannot experience true vitality while constantly battling inner chaos. The mind and body are deeply connected. Every thought, emotion, and mental habit influences physical health in ways many people do not fully understand. Stress affects sleep. Anxiety affects digestion. Emotional pain weakens energy. Negative thinking influences behavior, habits, and even the body's ability to heal. The human body responds not only to what is eaten or how much exercise is performed, but also to the emotional environment created within the mind. This is why mental and emotional wellness must be treated as essential parts of health rather than optional concerns. A healthy mind creates the foundation for a healthy body. When the mind is constantly overwhelmed, exhausted, fearful, or emotionally unstable, the effects eventually appear physically. Likewise, when the mind becomes calm, focused, balanced, and strong, the body often responds with improved energy, resilience, and overall well-being. Stress is one of the greatest challenges affecting modern health. Nearly every person experiences stress, but many people live under constant pressure without realizing how deeply it affects them. Financial responsibilities, work demands, family pressures, social comparison, uncertainty about the future, and the non-stop pace of life create mental overload for countless individuals. Over time, chronic stress becomes more than an emotional burden. It becomes a physical one as well. The body was designed to handle short periods of stress when necessary, but it was never designed to remain in a constant state of tension. When stress becomes continuous, the body remains alert for danger even when no immediate threat exists. This ongoing pressure affects hormones, energy levels, sleep quality, digestion, immunity, and emotional stability. Many people experience symptoms of chronic stress without recognizing the cause. Constant fatigue, headaches, irritability, Difficulty concentrating, muscle tension, emotional exhaustion, overeating, poor sleep, and low motivation are often signs that the mind and body are overwhelmed. Stress slowly drains energy and weakens resilience. It can make even simple daily tasks feel exhausting. Anxiety is another powerful challenge that affects both mental and physical health. Anxiety often causes people to live mentally trapped in the future, constantly worrying about things that may never happen. The mind becomes filled with fear, uncertainty, and overthinking. As a result, the body reacts with tension, restlessness, racing thoughts, increased heart rate, and emotional exhaustion. The problem with anxiety is that it steals peace from the present moment. Many people become so focused on worrying about tomorrow that they lose the ability to enjoy today. Their minds rarely rest because they are always anticipating problems, failures, or negative outcomes. Over time, this emotional strain affects sleep, decision-making, confidence, relationships, and physical health. Emotional imbalance also plays a major role in overall wellness. Human beings experience many emotions throughout life, including happiness, sadness, anger, disappointment, fear, frustration, and grief. Emotions themselves are not the enemy. They are natural parts of being human. Problems arise when emotions are ignored, suppressed, or allowed to completely control a person's life. Many people were raised to hide emotions, instead of understanding them. Some were taught that vulnerability is weakness, so they learned to bury pain beneath silence and busyness. Others used distractions to avoid confronting emotional struggles. Yet ignored emotions rarely disappear. Instead, they often resurface through stress, anger, anxiety, unhealthy habits, or emotional breakdowns. True emotional wellness does not mean never experiencing pain or difficulty. It means learning how to process emotions in healthy ways without allowing them to destroy peace, relationships, or self-worth. Emotionally healthy individuals are not people without problems. They are people who develop self-awareness, resilience, and emotional balance even in difficult seasons of life. One of the most important aspects of mental and emotional wellness is emotional regulation. Emotional regulation is the ability to manage emotions wisely, instead of reacting impulsively to every feeling. Many people allow emotions to completely control their decisions and behaviors. Anger leads to harmful words. Stress leads to unhealthy habits. Fear prevents growth. Sadness creates hopelessness. Learning emotional regulation does not mean pretending emotions do not exist. It means understanding emotions without becoming enslaved by them. A strong person is not someone who never feels emotional pain. A strong person is someone who can experience emotions honestly while still choosing wisdom, discipline, and peace. Self-awareness is a critical part of this process. Many people move through life without truly understanding their own thoughts, triggers, or emotional patterns. They react automatically without taking time to reflect on what they are feeling or why they are behaving in certain ways. Developing self-awareness allows people to recognize unhealthy thought patterns, emotional triggers, and behaviors that negatively affect their well-being. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for mental and emotional health. In a world filled with constant distractions, many people rarely slow down long enough to be fully present. Their minds are constantly racing between responsibilities, social media, worries, and endless mental noise. Mindfulness helps people reconnect with the present moment, instead of living trapped in stress about the future or regret about the past. Mindfulness is not about perfection or emptying the mind completely. It is about awareness. It is the ability to pause, breathe, observe thoughts without panic, and remain grounded in the present moment. Simple practices such as deep breathing, quiet reflection, prayer, meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature can calm the nervous system and restore emotional balance. Mental clarity is another essential component of wellness. A cluttered mind creates confusion, stress, and emotional fatigue. Many people constantly overload themselves with information, negativity, distractions, and unhealthy influences without giving the mind time to recover. Social media, news, comparison, and non-stop stimulation often leave people mentally exhausted. Protecting mental clarity requires intentional choices. It means limiting negativity, creating moments of silence, protecting peace, and focusing energy on things that truly matter. A clear mind makes better decisions, handles stress more effectively, and experiences greater emotional stability. Relationships also influence mental and emotional health in powerful ways. The people surrounding you can either strengthen your peace or contribute to emotional exhaustion. Toxic relationships filled with negativity, manipulation, criticism, or constant conflict often damage emotional well-being over time. On the other hand, healthy relationships provide encouragement, support, safety, and motivation. Sometimes protecting your mental health requires setting boundaries. Many people struggle with boundaries because they fear disappointing others, but constantly sacrificing your peace to satisfy everyone eventually creates emotional burnout. Boundaries are not selfish. They are necessary forms of self-respect and emotional protection. Another important truth about mental and emotional wellness is understanding the power of thoughts. Thoughts shape beliefs, beliefs shape actions, and actions shape reality. A person who constantly speaks negatively to themselves eventually begins believing those thoughts. Many people carry inner conversations filled with criticism, fear, insecurity, and self-doubt without realizing how destructive those thoughts become. The way you speak to yourself matters deeply. Encouraging, hopeful, and positive thinking creates resilience and confidence, while constant negativity weakens motivation and emotional strength. This does not mean ignoring life's challenges or pretending difficulties do not exist. It means refusing to allow negativity to dominate your entire mindset. Gratitude is one powerful habit that improves emotional wellness. Many people spend so much time focusing on what is missing, difficult, or painful that they overlook the blessings already present in their lives. Gratitude shifts attention away from constant dissatisfaction and creates greater appreciation for life. A grateful mind often experiences greater peace, hope, and emotional balance. Forgiveness is another important part of emotional healing. Carrying bitterness, resentment, and unresolved pain creates emotional weight that drains mental energy. Forgiveness does not mean approving harmful actions or pretending pain never happened. It means choosing freedom instead of remaining trapped by anger and emotional wounds. Rest is equally essential for mental and emotional health. Many people are emotionally exhausted because they never truly slow down. They continue pushing themselves mentally and emotionally without giving themselves permission to recover. The mind requires rest just as much as the body does. Silence, relaxation, recreation, meaningful connection, and moments of peace are not luxuries. They are necessary for emotional renewal. One of the greatest signs of emotional strength is the willingness to seek help when needed. Many people suffer silently because they fear judgment or believe asking for help is weakness. But healing often begins when people stop pretending they are fine and start addressing their struggles honestly. Support from trusted friends, mentors, family members, or mental health professionals can provide guidance, encouragement, and healing. Mental and emotional wellness also affects physical habits. People struggling emotionally often neglect nutrition, movement, sleep, and self-care. Stress and emotional pain frequently lead to unhealthy coping mechanisms such as overeating, substance abuse, isolation, or self-destructive behaviors. This is why mental health cannot be separated from physical health. They influence one another constantly. The good news is that healing and growth are possible. No matter how overwhelmed, anxious, or emotionally exhausted a person may feel, change can begin through small, intentional steps. Mental wellness is not built overnight. It develops through daily habits, self-awareness, healing, and consistent care. Every moment spent protecting your peace matters. Every healthy boundary matters. Every positive thought matters. Every moment of rest, mindfulness, forgiveness, and emotional honesty matters. Small choices practiced consistently create emotional strength over time. You deserve a mind filled with peace rather than constant chaos. You deserve emotional balance instead of endless exhaustion. You deserve the ability to experience life with clarity, confidence, and hope. These things are not impossible dreams. They are built through intentional care for your mental and emotional well-being. A healthy mind creates healthier decisions, healthier relationships, healthier habits, and a healthier body. When the mind becomes stronger, the entire life begins to change. Confidence grows. Stress becomes more manageable. Peace increases. Energy improves. The body responds positively when the mind is cared for properly. As you continue this journey, remember that your mental and emotional health are just as important as your physical fitness. Never ignore the condition of your inner world while focusing only on external appearance. True wellness begins within. The strongest people are not those who never struggle emotionally. They are those who continue learning, healing, growing, and protecting their peace despite life's challenges. Mental and emotional wellness is not about perfection. It is about balance, awareness, resilience, and daily intentional care. Your mind is powerful. Your emotions matter. Your peace deserves protection. And when you begin building a healthy inner life, you create the foundation for a stronger, healthier, and more fulfilling future. Chapter 7: Breaking Bad Health Habits. Every person has habits. Some habits strengthen life, while others slowly weaken it. The reality is that much of human behavior is automatic. The small decisions repeated daily eventually become routines, and those routines shape health, mindset, energy, productivity, and overall quality of life. Many people believe their lives are controlled by motivation or willpower alone, but the truth is that habits often determine success or failure more than temporary feelings ever will. The challenge is that unhealthy habits rarely appear dangerous in the beginning. Most destructive patterns start small and seem harmless at first. One unhealthy meal, one skipped workout, one sleepless night, 1 hour of endless scrolling, or one moment of procrastination may not seem significant. But over time, repeated actions become deeply rooted behaviors that influence the direction of a person's life. Health is either strengthened or weakened daily through habits. The foods you repeatedly eat, the amount of movement you engage in, the way you handle stress, the amount of sleep you allow yourself, and the thoughts you entertain consistently all contribute to your physical, mental, and emotional condition. Positive habits create strength, clarity, discipline, and vitality. Negative habits create exhaustion, imbalance, frustration, and poor health. One of the most common destructive health habits is poor nutrition. Many people develop unhealthy eating patterns without realizing how deeply those habits affect their lives. Processed foods, excessive sugar, emotional eating, constant snacking, and irregular meal patterns become normal over time. Fast food and convenience often replace nourishment because modern lifestyles encourage speed instead of intentional care. Poor dietary habits do not only affect physical appearance. They influence energy levels, mood, concentration, sleep quality, and long-term health. A body constantly fed with unhealthy fuel struggles to perform properly. Many people feel tired, unmotivated, mentally foggy, or emotionally unstable, partly because of the habits they repeat daily. The problem is not only the food itself, but the patterns surrounding it. Some people eat out of stress rather than hunger. Others eat mindlessly while distracted by screens or emotions. Many use food as comfort, reward, or escape. Over time, these behaviors become automatic responses to emotional discomfort. Breaking unhealthy eating habits begins with awareness rather than guilt. Many people try to force extreme dietary changes through pressure and self-punishment, but lasting transformation rarely comes through shame. Sustainable change begins when people start understanding their patterns honestly and making gradual improvements consistently. Another destructive habit affecting modern health is inactivity. The human body was designed for movement, yet many individuals live highly sedentary lifestyles. Long hours of sitting, excessive screen time, driving everywhere, and avoiding physical activity slowly weaken the body over time. Energy decreases, muscles weaken, posture suffers, and physical resilience declines. Many people want better health, but underestimate how much daily movement matters. Exercise is often treated as optional instead of essential. Some avoid movement because they believe fitness requires extreme workouts or perfect athletic ability. Others become discouraged because they cannot maintain unrealistic exercise routines. The truth is that movement does not need to be extreme to create powerful results. Consistent, simple movement can dramatically improve physical and mental health. Walking, stretching, exercising regularly, and reducing prolonged inactivity strengthen the body and improve overall well-being. The key is consistency rather than intensity. Overstimulation is another unhealthy pattern that quietly damages modern health. Today's world is filled with constant noise, entertainment, notifications, information, and distractions. Many people rarely experience silence or stillness because their minds are constantly overloaded. Phones, social media, television, endless scrolling, and digital distractions consume enormous amounts of mental energy every day. The human brain was never designed to process endless stimulation without rest. Constant exposure to information and distraction weakens focus, increases stress, reduces mental clarity, and contributes to emotional exhaustion. Many people feel anxious, restless, and mentally drained not because they are physically overworked, but because their minds never truly rest. Overstimulation also affects sleep, emotional health, and productivity. Constant digital distraction shortens attention spans and makes it difficult to focus deeply on meaningful tasks. Many individuals struggle to be fully present because their minds are constantly seeking stimulation. They feel uncomfortable with silence, rest, or boredom because they have become conditioned to constant mental activity. Breaking the habit of overstimulation requires intentional boundaries. It means creating moments of quiet, reducing unnecessary screen time, protecting mental space, and allowing the mind to recover. Silence is not emptiness. It is recovery for the brain and emotions. Learning to disconnect from constant stimulation helps restore clarity, peace, and emotional balance. Inconsistency is another major obstacle to health. Many people start strong but struggle to maintain healthy habits long enough to see lasting results. They become highly motivated for a short period, make dramatic changes, and then quickly return to old behaviors. This cycle creates frustration and discouragement. One reason inconsistency happens is because many people rely too heavily on motivation. Motivation feels powerful in the beginning, but it naturally rises and falls. Some days you feel excited and disciplined. Other days you feel tired, stressed, or distracted. If healthy habits depend only on emotion, consistency becomes impossible. Lasting change is built through systems and routines rather than temporary feelings. Small habits repeated daily create transformation over time. A person who makes moderate healthy choices consistently often achieves greater long-term success than someone who follows extreme routines briefly and then quits. Understanding how habits form is essential for creating lasting change. Habits are built through repetition. Every time a behavior is repeated, the brain strengthens that pattern until it becomes automatic. This is why bad habits often feel difficult to break. They have been practiced repeatedly for months or years. Many habits are connected to triggers. Stress may trigger emotional eating. Boredom may trigger endless scrolling. Fatigue may trigger inactivity. Anxiety may trigger unhealthy coping behaviors. Recognizing these triggers allows people to interrupt destructive patterns and replace them with healthier responses. The key to breaking unhealthy habits is not simply removing them but replacing them. Empty space often leads people back to old behaviors. For example, someone trying to stop emotional eating may need healthier ways to handle stress, such as walking, journaling, exercising, praying, meditating, or talking with supportive people. A person reducing screen time may need meaningful activities that create fulfillment and mental peace. Replacement is powerful because the brain naturally seeks patterns and rewards. Healthy alternatives provide new behaviors that gradually become automatic over time. The goal is not perfection but progress. Every small healthy replacement strengthens a new pattern. Another important lesson is understanding that gradual change creates lasting transformation. Many people fail because they attempt to change everything at once. They create unrealistic expectations, extreme routines, and impossible standards. When those plans become overwhelming, they quit entirely and return to old habits. Real growth often happens slowly. One healthier meal. One daily walk. One earlier bedtime. 1 hour less of screen time. One positive habit repeated consistently may seem small, but small actions accumulate into major transformation over time. Patience is essential during this process. Habits developed over many years rarely disappear instantly. Change requires repetition, awareness, and persistence. There will be setbacks and difficult days, but setbacks do not erase progress. Many people abandon their goals after making mistakes because they believe failure means they cannot succeed. In reality, growth is rarely perfect. Discipline is important, but harsh self-punishment often creates more harm than progress. Sustainable change comes through self-respect, not self-hatred. People who constantly shame themselves for mistakes usually become trapped in cycles of guilt and discouragement. On the other hand, people who approach growth with patience and determination are more likely to stay consistent long-term. Environment also influences habits powerfully. Many unhealthy behaviors are reinforced by surroundings, routines, and social influences. A person surrounded by constant junk food, negativity, stress, or inactivity will struggle more than someone who creates supportive environments for healthy living. This is why small environmental changes matter. Keeping healthier foods available, reducing digital distractions, creating spaces for exercise or rest, and surrounding yourself with positive influences can make healthy habits easier to maintain. Success is often less about willpower and more about creating systems that support growth. Identity also plays a major role in habit change. Many people focus only on outcomes rather than becoming the type of person who naturally practices healthy habits. True transformation happens when healthy behaviors become part of identity rather than temporary tasks. Instead of saying, "I am trying to eat healthy," a person begins seeing themselves as someone who values nourishment. Instead of, "I am forcing myself to exercise," they become someone who values movement and strength. Identity-based change creates deeper and more sustainable motivation because actions begin aligning with self-image. One of the most important truths about breaking bad habits is understanding that no one changes perfectly overnight. Growth is a process. There will be moments of struggle, frustration, and setbacks. The goal is not flawless behavior. The goal is continued progress. Every healthy choice matters. Every moment you choose growth over comfort strengthens new patterns. Every day you continue trying, despite difficulties, builds resilience and momentum. Small, consistent improvements eventually create a completely different life. You are not trapped by your current habits. No matter how long unhealthy patterns have existed, change is possible. The human mind and body are capable of adaptation, healing, and growth. New habits can be built. New routines can be created. A healthier lifestyle can become your reality through daily intentional decisions. The process begins with awareness. You cannot change patterns you refuse to acknowledge. Honest self-reflection allows you to identify the habits harming your health and recognize the behaviors supporting your growth. Once awareness develops, intentional action becomes possible. You do not need to become overwhelmed by changing everything immediately. Focus on one habit at a time. Build slowly. Stay consistent. Trust the process. Transformation happens through repetition, patience, and persistence. Remember that every healthy habit you build is an investment in your future. Every positive routine strengthens your energy, peace, confidence, and well-being. Every small improvement creates momentum toward the person you are becoming. Your habits are shaping your future every single day. The good news is that you have the power to change them. You have the ability to break destructive patterns and replace them with behaviors that strengthen your body, mind, and life. True transformation is not created through extreme discipline for a short period of time. It is created through small intentional choices, repeated consistently, until they become part of who you are. The life you desire is built one habit at a time. Chapter 8: Building Sustainable Healthy Routines. A healthy life is not created through random moments of motivation. It is built through consistent daily routines that support physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Many people desire better health, more energy, greater focus, and improved balance, yet they struggle to maintain progress because they rely too heavily on temporary inspiration instead of creating sustainable systems. Motivation may help a person begin, but routines are what carry them forward long after excitement fades. The truth is that every successful and healthy life is built on structure. Behind every strong body, focused mind, productive day, and balanced lifestyle are routines practiced consistently over time. The small actions repeated each morning throughout the day and every evening quietly shape the quality of a person's future. Daily routines may seem ordinary, but they possess extraordinary power. Many people fail to build healthy lifestyles because they approach change with intensity instead of sustainability. They attempt dramatic transformations that are impossible to maintain. They wake up one day determined to completely change every habit, only to become overwhelmed and exhausted within weeks. This cycle creates frustration and discouragement because extreme efforts rarely last. Lasting transformation happens differently. Sustainable health is built through routines that fit realistically into daily life. The goal is not perfection but consistency. Small habits repeated daily create greater results than occasional extreme actions. A healthy lifestyle should feel sustainable, not punishing. One of the most important principles of building healthy routines is understanding the difference between motivation and systems. Motivation is emotional. It changes constantly depending on mood, energy, stress, and circumstances. Some days you feel inspired and disciplined. Other days you feel tired, distracted, or discouraged. If your health depends entirely on motivation, inconsistency becomes inevitable. Systems, however, create stability. A system is a structured routine that guides behavior regardless of mood. Healthy routines reduce the need for constant decision-making because positive actions become automatic. Instead of debating whether to exercise, drink water, prepare healthy meals, or sleep on time, those behaviors become part of daily structure. The power of routines lies in repetition. Every repeated action strengthens habits until they eventually require less mental effort. What once felt difficult gradually becomes natural. This is why healthy routines are so powerful. They remove chaos and replace it with intentional living. Morning routines are especially important because they often set the tone for the entire day. The way a person begins the morning frequently influences energy, focus, mood, and productivity. Many people start their mornings in chaos. They wake up late, rush immediately into stress, check their phones instantly, skip hydration, and begin the day mentally overwhelmed. A rushed morning often creates a rushed mindset. Stress enters before peace has a chance to exist. Mental clutter begins before focus is established. Over time, these patterns create exhaustion and emotional imbalance. A healthy morning routine creates a foundation for a stronger day. It does not need to be complicated or perfect. Even simple habits can create powerful effects. Waking up at a consistent time helps regulate the body's internal rhythm and improves energy levels. Drinking water early in the morning helps rehydrate the body after hours of sleep and supports physical function. Stretching, walking, exercising, praying, meditating, journaling, or spending a few moments in quiet reflection can calm the mind and prepare the body for the day ahead. One of the most valuable morning habits is protecting the mind before allowing outside distractions to enter. Many people immediately expose themselves to stress, news, social media, and endless notifications before giving themselves time to mentally center. This often creates anxiety, comparison, and distraction before the day truly begins. A calm, intentional morning creates mental clarity and emotional balance. It reminds people that they have control over how they begin their day, rather than allowing chaos to control them. Hydration is another essential part of sustainable, healthy routines. Water is necessary for nearly every function within the body, yet many people spend most of their days dehydrated without realizing it. Fatigue, headaches, low energy, poor concentration, and even irritability are often connected to inadequate hydration. Creating a routine around hydration helps support energy, digestion, mental clarity, and overall wellness. Simple habits such as drinking water consistently throughout the day can create noticeable improvements in how the body feels and functions. Small, consistent actions often create the greatest long-term results. Movement should also become a natural part of daily life, rather than an occasional task. Many people believe exercise only counts if it is intense or lengthy, but consistent movement matters far more than occasional extremes. The human body was designed for activity, and regular movement supports physical health, mental clarity, emotional balance, and energy. Building movement into daily routines makes consistency easier. Walking regularly, stretching in the morning or evening, taking active breaks during work, exercising at consistent times, or simply reducing long periods of sitting can significantly improve health over time. Movement does not need to feel like punishment. Sustainable routines are built around activities that fit naturally into life and can be maintained long-term. A person who moves consistently in simple ways often experiences greater long-term benefits than someone who relies on occasional intense workouts followed by inactivity. Nutrition routines are equally important. Many unhealthy eating habits develop because people live without structure around food. Busy schedules, emotional eating, skipping meals, or relying on convenience foods often create poor dietary patterns. Without planning, people frequently make impulsive choices based on stress, cravings, or exhaustion. Healthy nutrition routines create stability and reduce unhealthy decision-making. Preparing meals intentionally, eating balanced foods regularly, and becoming mindful about food choices support energy, focus, and long-term health. Consistency matters more than perfection. A sustainable, healthy lifestyle allows flexibility while maintaining overall balance. Planning is one of the most overlooked aspects of health. Many people desire healthier lives, but fail to create systems that support those goals. Without planning, life often defaults to convenience, distraction, and unhealthy habits. Healthy living requires intentionality. Planning meals, scheduling movement, preparing for sleep, organizing responsibilities, and creating routines reduce stress and improve consistency. Structure creates clarity. Instead of relying on constant self-control, planning creates environments where healthy choices become easier. Evening routines are just as important as morning routines because they prepare the body and mind for recovery. Many people end their days mentally overstimulated, emotionally exhausted, and physically drained. They stay awake too late, consume endless digital content, and carry stress directly into sleep. Over time, poor evening habits weaken recovery, sleep quality, and overall health. A healthy evening routine allows the body and mind to slow down gradually. Reducing screen exposure before bed, creating quiet moments, reflecting on the day, reading, stretching, praying, meditating, or preparing for tomorrow can help calm the nervous system and improve sleep quality. Sleep itself must become a non-negotiable part of healthy structure. Many people sacrifice rest believing productivity is more important, but exhaustion eventually weakens every area of life. Consistent sleep routines improve energy, focus, emotional balance, immunity, and overall performance. One of the greatest benefits of routines is reduced mental stress. Constant decision-making drains energy. When healthy actions become routine, people no longer need to fight themselves every day. Healthy behaviors become automatic, instead of requiring endless motivation. Another important truth is that routines should support life, not control it. Some people become so rigid that healthy living turns into pressure rather than peace. Sustainable routines require flexibility and balance. Life will not always be perfect. There will be busy days, unexpected challenges, and moments when routines are disrupted. The goal is not flawless execution but consistent return. Many people abandon healthy habits entirely after small setbacks because they believe one mistake ruins progress. In reality, consistency is built through persistence, not perfection. Missing one workout does not destroy your health. Eating one unhealthy meal does not erase progress. What matters most is returning to your routines, instead of giving up completely. Patience is essential when building new systems. Healthy routines may feel uncomfortable or difficult in the beginning because the brain naturally resists change. But repetition creates familiarity. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes easier and more natural. Identity also plays a powerful role in sustainable routines. Long-term change happens when healthy behaviors become part of who a person believes they are. Instead of constantly trying to be healthy, a person begins identifying as someone who values wellness, discipline, peace, and self-respect. Actions become aligned with identity. This shift changes everything. Healthy choices stop feeling temporary and become part of daily life. Drinking water, moving regularly, protecting sleep, and caring for mental health become natural expressions of self-respect rather than forced obligations. One of the most powerful things about routines is that they create momentum. Small positive actions lead to more positive actions. A healthy morning often leads to better food choices, improved focus, and more productive days. Consistent sleep improves energy for movement and emotional stability. Positive routines reinforce one another and strengthen overall well-being. The opposite is also true. Disorganized routines often create unhealthy patterns. Poor sleep leads to fatigue, which leads to unhealthy eating, inactivity, stress, and mental exhaustion. This is why structure matters so deeply. Healthy systems create healthier outcomes. You do not need a perfect life to create healthy routines. You simply need intentionality. Start with small changes. Focus on consistency. Build habits slowly, and allow them to grow naturally over time. Sustainable health is not built through dramatic overnight transformation. It is created through ordinary actions practiced repeatedly. Every healthy routine you build is an investment in your future. Every glass of water, every walk, every balanced meal, every moment of rest, and every intentional choice strengthens your body and mind. These small habits may seem insignificant in the moment, but over months and years they create extraordinary results. Your future health is being shaped by the systems you create today. Randomness often leads to inconsistency, but structure creates stability, discipline, and growth. Healthy routines remove chaos and replace it with intentional living. As you continue this journey, remember that motivation will not always be present. Some days you will feel inspired, and other days you will not. But routines allow progress to continue, even when emotions fluctuate. Systems protect your goals when motivation fades. The healthiest people are not necessarily the most motivated people. They are often the people who have built routines strong enough to support their well-being consistently over time. They understand that success is not built through occasional bursts of effort, but through repeated daily actions. You have the power to create routines that strengthen your life instead of draining it. You have the ability to replace chaos with structure, inconsistency with discipline, and exhaustion with balance. Every healthy routine you build becomes a foundation for greater energy, peace, confidence, and vitality. A healthy life is not created by chance. It is built intentionally, one routine at a time. Chapter 9: The Role of Discipline in Health. Every person desires a healthy, energetic, and fulfilling life, but not everyone is willing to embrace the one quality required to achieve it consistently: discipline. In a world driven by comfort, convenience, and instant gratification, discipline has become increasingly rare. Many people wait for motivation before taking action. They promise themselves they will start eating healthy when they feel ready, begin exercising when life becomes less busy, or prioritize sleep and wellness when circumstances improve. Unfortunately, that perfect moment rarely arrives. The truth is that long-term health success is not built on feelings. It is built on discipline. Motivation may inspire you to begin the journey, but discipline is what keeps you moving when excitement fades, when progress feels slow, and when life becomes difficult. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Without it, even the strongest intentions eventually disappear. One of the greatest misunderstandings people have about discipline is believing it is harsh, restrictive, or joyless. Many imagine discipline as constant suffering, extreme routines, or endless self-denial. In reality, discipline is one of the greatest forms of self-respect. It is the ability to choose what benefits your future, instead of constantly giving in to what feels comfortable in the present moment. Every healthy life is shaped by daily choices. The foods you eat, the amount of movement you engage in, the quality of your sleep, your stress management, your habits, and your routines all require consistent decisions. These decisions are not always exciting or easy. Some days you feel motivated and energized. Other days you feel tired, distracted, discouraged, or emotionally drained. If your actions depend entirely on how you feel, progress becomes unstable. This is why discipline matters so deeply. Discipline allows you to continue doing what is necessary, even when emotions fluctuate. It teaches you to stay committed to your values and goals, regardless of temporary feelings. A disciplined person understands that feelings change daily, but healthy choices must remain consistent. Motivation is emotional by nature. It often appears strongly in moments of inspiration. A person watches a motivational video, reads a powerful book, experiences frustration with their current condition, or becomes excited about a new goal. During these moments, energy feels high and change feels possible. The problem is that motivation naturally fades. Stress returns. Life becomes busy. Challenges appear. Fatigue sets in. The excitement that once felt powerful slowly weakens. This is where many people quit. They mistakenly believe they have failed because they no longer feel motivated. In reality, this is simply the moment where discipline must take over. Discipline is what keeps a person moving forward after motivation disappears. The healthiest people are not necessarily the most motivated people. They are often the people who have learned to remain consistent even on difficult days. They understand that health is not built through occasional bursts of effort, but through repeated daily actions practiced over time. One of the most powerful truths about discipline is that it creates freedom. At first, many people believe discipline limits freedom because it requires boundaries, structure, and self-control. But the opposite is actually true. Lack of discipline often leads to chaos, poor health, stress, addiction, emotional instability, financial struggle, and regret. Discipline creates stability, strength, peace, and long-term freedom. Consider physical health. A person without discipline may constantly give in to unhealthy cravings, inactivity, poor sleep habits, and emotional impulses. In the moment, these choices may feel pleasurable or comfortable, but over time they often lead to exhaustion, disease, low confidence, emotional distress, and physical limitations. Temporary comfort eventually creates long-term discomfort. On the other hand, a disciplined person chooses habits that strengthen their future. They nourish their body, move consistently, protect their sleep, and practice moderation. These choices may require effort in the short term, but they create long-term freedom through better energy, stronger health, greater confidence, and improved quality of life. Discipline is not punishment. It is protection. It protects your future from the consequences of unhealthy choices repeated over time. Self-control is one of the most valuable forms of discipline a person can develop. Modern society constantly encourages impulsive behavior. People are taught to satisfy every craving immediately, avoid discomfort, and seek instant pleasure. Unfortunately, a life controlled by impulses often becomes unstable and unhealthy. True strength is not the ability to do whatever you want at every moment. True strength is the ability to control yourself wisely. Self-control allows a person to pause before making harmful decisions. It creates the ability to choose long-term benefit over temporary satisfaction. This principle applies to every area of health. A disciplined person may still experience cravings, laziness, stress, or temptation, but they learn not to be controlled by those feelings. They understand that not every desire deserves to be followed. Every moment of self-control strengthens character and builds resilience. One reason discipline is difficult is because the results are often delayed. Unhealthy habits provide immediate comfort, but long-term pain. Healthy habits sometimes require short-term effort, but create long-term rewards. The human mind naturally seeks immediate gratification, which is why many people struggle to stay consistent with healthy behaviors. For example, sleeping late while scrolling endlessly on a phone may feel enjoyable in the moment, but the next day often brings exhaustion, poor focus, and low energy. Skipping exercise may feel easier temporarily, but over time inactivity weakens the body. Eating unhealthy food may satisfy cravings briefly, but repeated poor choices eventually damage health. Discipline requires the ability to think beyond the present moment. It teaches people to consider the future consequences of their actions, instead of only seeking immediate comfort. This mindset creates maturity, wisdom, and healthier decision-making. Another important truth is that discipline grows through practice. Many people believe disciplined individuals are simply born stronger or more capable than others. In reality, discipline is developed gradually through repeated choices. Every time a person follows through on a healthy decision despite discomfort, they strengthen their discipline. Small actions matter deeply in this process. Waking up on time when you want to stay in bed strengthens discipline. Choosing nourishing food instead of emotional eating strengthens discipline. Exercising even when you feel lazy strengthens discipline. Going to sleep at a healthy hour instead of chasing endless distractions strengthens discipline. Over time, these small moments build mental strength and self-trust. A disciplined person becomes someone who can rely on themselves because they consistently honor their commitments. One of the greatest benefits of discipline is confidence. Many people struggle with low self-esteem because they repeatedly break promises to themselves. They constantly say they will change, improve, or start healthy habits, yet they repeatedly quit when things become difficult. Over time, this weakens self-trust. Discipline rebuilds confidence because it proves to you that you are capable of consistency. Every healthy action becomes evidence of your strength and commitment. Confidence is not built only through appearance or achievements. It is built through integrity with yourself. Discipline also creates emotional resilience. Life will always contain stress, challenges, setbacks, and moments of discomfort. People who lack discipline often become controlled by emotions and circumstances. They quit when things become hard. They seek escape instead of growth. They avoid discomfort whenever possible. Disciplined individuals learn how to continue moving forward despite discomfort. This does not mean ignoring emotions or becoming emotionally cold. It means developing the ability to act wisely, even when feelings fluctuate. Emotional resilience creates stability and inner strength that extend far beyond physical health. One of the biggest obstacles people face is perfectionism. Many individuals believe discipline means never making mistakes or never struggling. When they fail, skip routines, or make unhealthy choices, they become discouraged and give up entirely. True discipline is not perfection. It is consistency and recovery. Disciplined people still have difficult days. They still face setbacks, cravings, and moments of weakness. The difference is that they do not allow temporary failures to become permanent patterns. They return to healthy behaviors quickly, instead of abandoning progress completely. This mindset is extremely important for long-term health success. A person who misses one workout but continues the next day will progress far more than someone who quits completely because of guilt or frustration. Discipline means staying committed even when the journey is imperfect. Another important lesson is understanding that discipline becomes easier when supported by systems and routines. Constant decision-making drains mental energy. Healthy routines reduce the need for endless internal battles because positive behaviors become automatic over time. For example, a person who consistently prepares healthy meals, exercises at regular times, protects their sleep schedule, and creates structured routines will rely less on motivation because healthy actions become part of daily life. Discipline initially requires effort, but routines eventually reduce resistance and make consistency more natural. Environment also affects discipline. Many people struggle unnecessarily because their surroundings constantly encourage unhealthy behaviors. Endless distractions, unhealthy food, toxic influences, and chaotic schedules weaken self-control. Creating supportive environments helps strengthen discipline and reduce unnecessary temptation. Discipline should never come from self-hatred. Many people attempt to force change through shame, criticism, or punishment, but sustainable growth is built through self-respect. Healthy discipline is not about believing you are worthless until you achieve perfection. It is about recognizing your value enough to care for yourself consistently. When you choose healthy habits, you are not depriving yourself. You are investing in your future. You are protecting your energy, peace, confidence, and quality of life. Discipline is an act of love toward the person you are becoming. It is also important to remember that discipline compounds over time. Small, consistent actions create powerful long-term results. One healthy meal may not transform your life immediately, but repeated healthy choices over months and years can completely change your health. One workout may not create dramatic change instantly, but consistent movement strengthens the body over time. The same principle applies to mental and emotional health. Protecting your peace, managing stress, practicing gratitude, setting boundaries, and maintaining healthy routines all require discipline. Every area of wellness benefits from consistent intentional choices. As you continue this journey, understand that discipline is not your enemy. It is one of your greatest allies. It helps you build the life you truly desire, instead of remaining trapped by temporary emotions, unhealthy impulses, or destructive habits. There will be days when healthy choices feel difficult. There will be moments when comfort feels more appealing than growth. But every disciplined decision strengthens your future. Every act of self-control builds resilience. Every moment of consistency moves you closer to the life you deserve. You are capable of more than your temporary feelings. You are capable of building habits, routines, and choices that support lasting health and fulfillment. Discipline gives you the power to create stability in a world filled with distraction and inconsistency. The freedom you desire is often hidden inside the discipline you avoid. Better health, greater energy, emotional peace, stronger confidence, and improved quality of life are all built through consistent daily choices. Motivation may begin the journey, but discipline is what transforms your life over time. True success in health does not belong to the person who feels motivated every day. It belongs to the person who continues showing up consistently, even when motivation fades. Chapter 10: Becoming the best version of your healthy self. Every journey of transformation begins with a decision. A decision to grow. A decision to improve. A decision to stop settling for habits, patterns, and lifestyles that slowly weaken the body, drain the mind, and rob life of energy and peace. Health is not something reserved for a fortunate few. It is not a gift available only to people with perfect genetics, unlimited resources, or ideal circumstances. Health is built daily through intentional choices, consistent habits, and a willingness to care for yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. Throughout life, many people spend years searching for quick fixes, shortcuts, and temporary solutions. They look for instant results, miracle diets, extreme routines, and rapid transformation. But true wellness has never been created through temporary efforts. Lasting health is built steadily through consistency. It is shaped by what you repeatedly do every day, not by what you occasionally attempt. The most powerful transformation often begins quietly. It starts with small choices that seem insignificant at first. Drinking more water. Sleeping earlier. Moving your body consistently. Choosing nourishing foods. Protecting your peace. Managing stress. Practicing discipline. Building routines. taking care of your mind and emotions. These actions may appear simple individually, but together they create extraordinary change over time. Many people underestimate the power of small daily improvements because they focus too heavily on immediate results. They want dramatic change instantly and become discouraged when progress feels slow. But the truth is that the human body and mind respond to consistency more than intensity. Every healthy action becomes a small investment in your future. Day by day, those investments accumulate until your entire life begins to transform. Health is not a destination where a person eventually arrives and stops growing. It is a lifelong journey of learning, adapting, improving, and caring for yourself continuously. There is no final point where a person becomes perfectly healthy forever. Life constantly changes. Seasons shift. Challenges appear. The body ages. Stress comes and goes. Responsibilities increase. Because of this, health must remain an ongoing commitment rather than a temporary goal. This mindset changes everything. When health is viewed only as a short-term project, people often become trapped in cycles of extreme effort, followed by exhaustion and inconsistency. They pursue temporary discipline for temporary results. But when health becomes a lifestyle, daily choices begin aligning naturally with long-term well-being. A healthy lifestyle is not built through perfection. It is built through awareness, consistency, and balance. There will be difficult days. There will be moments of stress, setbacks, distractions, and mistakes. No person lives perfectly every single day. The goal is not flawless behavior. The goal is continued progress. Many people give up on themselves after making mistakes because they believe failure means they are incapable of change. But setbacks are not proof of weakness. They are part of growth. Every successful transformation includes moments of struggle. What matters most is the ability to keep moving forward. A person who continues trying despite setbacks develops resilience. Every time you return to healthy habits after a difficult season, you strengthen your character. Every time you choose growth instead of giving up, you move closer to becoming the strongest version of yourself. One of the most important lessons in this journey is understanding that health affects every area of life. A healthy body supports productivity, confidence, relationships, emotional stability, and mental clarity. A healthy mind improves decision-making, peace, focus, and resilience. Emotional wellness strengthens relationships, self-worth, and overall happiness. Wellness is not separate from life. It influences the quality of everything you experience. When you feel energized physically, you approach life differently. When your mind feels calm and focused, challenges become easier to manage. When your emotions are balanced, relationships improve. When your habits support your well-being, your confidence grows naturally. Health creates a foundation that allows you to live more fully and purposefully. One of the greatest transformations that occurs during a healthy lifestyle journey is the shift in identity. At first, many people focus only on external goals such as losing weight, improving appearance, or fixing problems. But over time, something deeper begins to happen. Healthy choices stop feeling like temporary tasks and start becoming part of who you are. You begin seeing yourself differently. You become someone who values rest instead of glorifying exhaustion. Someone who nourishes their body instead of neglecting it. Someone who moves consistently, protects their peace, manages stress wisely, and practices self-discipline. This identity shift creates lasting change because your actions begin aligning naturally with the person you believe yourself to be. The best version of yourself is not created overnight. Transformation happens gradually, through repeated choices. Every healthy meal strengthens your future. Every workout strengthens your body and discipline. Every good night of sleep restores your energy. Every moment of emotional awareness improves your inner peace. Every healthy habit becomes another step toward the life you deserve. Comparison is one of the greatest obstacles people face during this journey. Many individuals compare their progress, appearance, routines, or achievements to others and become discouraged. But health is deeply personal. Every person has different circumstances, starting points, struggles, and timelines. Comparing your journey to someone else's often steals motivation and peace. True growth happens when you focus on becoming better than you were yesterday, rather than trying to become someone else entirely. Progress should not be measured only by appearance, but also by energy, mindset, habits, emotional balance, discipline, and overall quality of life. Some of the most important changes happen internally, long before they become visible externally. Patience is essential in this process. Modern culture encourages instant gratification, but real transformation requires time. The body heals gradually. Habits strengthen gradually. Confidence develops gradually. Mental clarity improves gradually. Sustainable growth cannot be rushed. Trusting the process is important because there will be seasons when progress feels invisible. During these moments, many people become discouraged and abandon their efforts too early. But just because results are not immediately visible does not mean change is not happening. Every healthy decision is creating internal improvements that eventually lead to visible transformation. Consistency is more powerful than perfection. A person who practices moderate healthy habits consistently will often achieve greater long-term results than someone who pursues extreme routines briefly before quitting. Sustainable wellness is built through routines and systems that can be maintained for years, not just weeks. Another important lesson is learning to view health as a privilege rather than a burden. Many people approach healthy living with negativity, seeing it as restriction, pressure, or punishment. But caring for your body and mind is one of the greatest forms of gratitude and self-respect. Your body carries you through every experience of life. Your mind helps you learn, grow, and pursue purpose. Your health influences your ability to enjoy relationships, opportunities, and meaningful moments. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. One of the most beautiful aspects of this journey is realizing that growth in health often creates growth in other areas of life as well. Discipline learned through exercise often improves work ethic. Emotional awareness improves relationships. Better sleep improves productivity. Healthy routines create structure and clarity that positively influence nearly every aspect of daily living. Health also teaches responsibility. It reminds people that small daily choices matter deeply. Every action contributes either positively or negatively to long-term well-being. This awareness creates empowerment because it shifts focus away from helplessness and toward personal responsibility. You may not control every circumstance in life, but you can control many of your daily decisions. You can choose movement instead of inactivity, nourishment instead of neglect, rest instead of constant exhaustion, peace instead of endless overstimulation, discipline instead of destructive impulses. These choices, repeated consistently, shape your future. Another powerful truth is that becoming healthy is not only about extending life, but also about improving the quality of life. Many people exist physically while feeling mentally exhausted, emotionally drained, and physically weak. True wellness creates vitality. It allows people to experience life with greater energy, joy, confidence, and presence. Imagine waking up feeling energized, instead of constantly tired. Imagine moving through your day with focus and clarity, instead of mental fog and stress. Imagine feeling emotionally balanced, instead of overwhelmed by anxiety and exhaustion. These are not unrealistic dreams. They are often the result of consistent, healthy living. The journey toward becoming your healthiest self is ultimately a journey of self-respect. Every healthy decision communicates value. It says, my future matters. My health matters. My peace matters. My life matters. When you begin treating yourself with care and intentionality, transformation becomes possible. There will always be distractions competing for your attention. There will always be excuses available. Life will continue presenting challenges, stress, and busy seasons. But your health cannot remain something you postpone indefinitely. The quality of your future depends heavily on the habits and choices you build today. Commitment to lifelong wellness does not mean living with fear or obsession. It means choosing balance, awareness, and intentional care consistently over time. It means understanding that growth never truly ends. There is always another level of strength, peace, discipline, and wellness available through continued learning and improvement. You do not need to become perfect to become healthier. You simply need to remain committed to growth. Small improvements practiced daily can completely transform your future. Every healthy habit becomes a building block for a stronger life. The best version of yourself already exists within you, waiting to be developed through consistent action and intentional living. That version of you is stronger, healthier, calmer, more disciplined, more confident, and more resilient. That version of you is built not through wishful thinking, but through daily choices repeated over time. As you move forward, remember that health is one of the greatest investments you will ever make. Material success means little if the body is exhausted, the mind is overwhelmed, and peace is absent. True wealth includes vitality, strength, emotional balance, mental clarity, and the ability to enjoy life fully. Your transformation begins and continues with the choices you make every single day. Every step matters. Every habit matters. Every moment of discipline matters. You are not simply changing routines. You are building a new lifestyle and becoming a stronger version of yourself. The journey toward health is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Keep growing. Keep learning. Keep choosing habits that strengthen your future. Continue becoming the healthiest, strongest, and most fulfilled version of yourself, one day at a time. Conclusion: your health, your future. Every meaningful journey eventually reaches a moment of reflection. A moment to pause, look back, and recognize how far growth has carried you. This journey through health, wellness, discipline, habits, movement, nutrition, sleep, emotional balance, and self-improvement has not simply been about information. It has been about transformation. It has been about understanding one powerful truth: your health shapes your future. Health is one of the few things in life that quietly influences everything else. It affects your energy, mindset, confidence, emotions, productivity, relationships, opportunities, and overall quality of life. When health suffers, many other areas of life become harder to manage. When health improves, life often becomes clearer, stronger, and more fulfilling. Yet despite its importance, many people neglect their health until challenges force them to pay attention. The reality is that health is often built or broken slowly. It rarely changes overnight. Instead, it is shaped by repeated daily actions, choices, and habits. Every meal, every hour of sleep, every moment of movement, every response to stress, every healthy routine, and every act of discipline contributes to the direction of your future. The smallest choices, repeated consistently, quietly become the architects of the life you eventually experience. This truth is empowering because it means your future is not built only by luck, circumstances, or chance. While no person controls every situation life presents, Every individual has the ability to influence their well-being through daily decisions. Health is not created by one perfect moment. It is created through repeated intentional action. One of the greatest lessons throughout this journey is understanding that true health goes far beyond physical appearance. Many people spend years chasing weight loss, beauty standards, or temporary results while neglecting deeper wellness. But health is far more complete than what is visible externally. It includes physical strength, mental clarity, emotional peace, healthy habits, quality sleep, proper nourishment, resilience, and overall vitality. True health means waking up with energy instead of constant exhaustion. It means having a clear and focused mind, rather than living in mental fog and overwhelm. It means feeling emotionally balanced, instead of trapped in constant stress and anxiety. It means having a body strong enough to support the life you desire, and a mindset resilient enough to handle challenges with confidence. Throughout this journey, one theme has appeared repeatedly: consistency matters more than intensity. Many people want transformation immediately. They search for shortcuts, quick fixes, dramatic diets, or extreme routines. But lasting health has never been built through temporary effort. Sustainable wellness is built through daily consistency. One healthy meal may not transform your life overnight, but repeated healthy eating strengthens the body over time. One good night of sleep may not solve every problem, but consistent rest restores mental clarity, emotional balance, and physical resilience. One walk may not dramatically improve health instantly, but regular movement strengthens the body and mind. One disciplined decision may seem small, but repeated self-control creates a stronger future. Health grows in ordinary moments. It grows when you choose water instead of unhealthy habits. It grows when you protect your peace instead of feeding endless stress. It grows when you move your body, even when motivation is absent. It grows when you choose rest, nourishment, balance, and intentional living repeatedly. This understanding is important because many people underestimate the significance of small choices. They believe transformation only comes through massive dramatic action. They overlook simple habits because they seem insignificant. But the truth is that life changes quietly through repetition. The person you become tomorrow is shaped by the habits you practice today. Every choice either strengthens or weakens your future. Every action either moves you closer to vitality or further from it. Every decision contributes to the direction of your health over time. This does not mean living with fear or obsession. Health is not about perfection, punishment, or anxiety. It is not about becoming obsessed with every meal, every workout, or every mistake. It is about balance, awareness, and intentional care. A healthy life allows room for joy, flexibility, and humanity. There will be difficult days. There will be setbacks, busy seasons, moments of weakness, and unexpected challenges. Growth is never perfect. What matters most is consistency and commitment. What matters is your willingness to continue showing up for yourself, even after setbacks. One mistake does not define your future. One unhealthy day does not erase progress. The key is learning to return to healthy choices again and again. Another important lesson is understanding that motivation alone will never sustain lasting health. Motivation is powerful, but temporary. There will be days when excitement disappears, energy feels low, and life feels overwhelming. Those moments do not mean failure. They simply reveal the importance of discipline, routines, and systems. Healthy people are not necessarily people who always feel motivated. They are often individuals who continue caring for themselves, even when they do not feel like it. They understand that long-term success comes from discipline practiced repeatedly over time. They learn to choose future benefit over temporary comfort. Discipline, however, should never be misunderstood as punishment. True discipline is self-respect. It is choosing to care for yourself because your life matters. It is understanding that your body deserves nourishment, your mind deserves peace, and your future deserves protection. Your body carries you through every experience of life. It works tirelessly every single day, often without recognition. Your heart beats constantly. Your lungs breathe continuously. Your mind processes countless thoughts and emotions. Even during moments when you ignore your health, your body continues trying to support you. Caring for your health is not selfish. It is gratitude. It is respect for the life you have been given. The truth is that many people delay health until tomorrow. They promise themselves they will start next week, next month, or next year. They wait for the perfect moment, more time, better circumstances, or stronger motivation. But waiting often becomes one of the greatest obstacles to change. The perfect moment rarely arrives. Life will always feel busy. Responsibilities will continue. Stress will exist. Challenges will appear. There will always be reasons to postpone healthy habits. But every delay quietly affects the future. Small neglect repeated consistently eventually becomes poor health, exhaustion, frustration, and regret. This is why today matters. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Not when life feels easier. Today. Today is where change begins. Today is where discipline begins. Today is where healthier choices begin. Today is where your future begins. You do not need to transform your life overnight. You do not need perfect routines or endless motivation. You simply need willingness. A willingness to begin. A willingness to improve gradually. A willingness to take ownership of your well-being. Ownership is one of the most empowering ideas in health. No one else can fully care for your body, mind, or future on your behalf. Others may support, encourage, inspire, or guide you, but ultimately your choices belong to you. Your habits belong to you. Your consistency belongs to you. This truth is not meant to create pressure, but empowerment. You are not powerless. You have influence over your future through your daily actions. You have the ability to nourish your body, strengthen your habits, improve your mindset, protect your peace, and build healthier systems for your life. Every healthy decision becomes a vote for the person you are becoming. Every moment of movement strengthens your future. Every nourishing meal supports vitality. Every moment of rest restores energy. Every act of emotional awareness strengthens peace. Every disciplined choice builds resilience. Every healthy routine strengthens stability. The future version of yourself is being shaped right now through ordinary moments. Imagine the person you can become through consistent care. Imagine waking up energized instead of exhausted. Imagine moving through life with confidence, focus, and vitality. Imagine having emotional peace, mental clarity, and physical strength. Imagine feeling proud of the promises you keep to yourself. That future is not built through wishing. It is built through action. One choice at a time. One routine at a time. One healthy habit at a time. One day at a time. The greatest transformations rarely happen dramatically. They happen quietly, through persistence. They happen when ordinary choices become consistent habits. They happen when discipline replaces excuses, routines replace chaos, and intentional living replaces neglect. Remember that health is not simply about adding years to life. It is also about adding life to years. A healthier body allows you to experience more. A healthier mind allows you to think clearly and pursue purpose. Emotional wellness allows deeper relationships, greater peace, and more meaningful living. Health creates freedom to enjoy opportunities, responsibilities, and moments that truly matter. At the end of the day, few investments matter more than the investment you make in yourself. Careers change. Money comes and goes. Circumstances shift. But the quality of your body, mind, and emotional well-being influences nearly every part of your life. Protecting your health is one of the greatest investments you will ever make because it shapes how you live, how you feel, and how fully you experience the life ahead of you. As you move forward, remember this powerful truth: your future health is being built today. Not through perfection, not through pressure, but through small, consistent, intentional choices. Choose growth. Choose discipline. Choose balance. Choose movement. Choose rest. Choose nourishment. Choose peace. Choose yourself. And most importantly, begin now. Your health is your future, and your future is worth protecting. Thank you for reading this book. I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to leave us a review. TM Light. Disclaimer. This book was created with the assistance of artificial intelligence. While every effort was made to ensure the accuracy and relevance of the content, readers should note that this cannot be considered professional advice. Readers are encouraged to apply their own judgment and consult experts where needed.